was able to kind of sift through the complicated system that is me. Dang, look at me in this light. Child, let me... Hey, it is your favorite friend Felicia back at Fueling Freedom. And listen, I'm just trying to share my life experience to get you free and help you get some money too. Okay. So, as everyone probably knows by now, your girl quit her job. She took 8 months off from work, and then 6 of those months I was actually on a personal sabbatical. So I did another poll on lovely IG and TikTok stories, because y'all know I love to get my content straight from what it is that y'all want to hear. So if you're not following on those social media outlets, make sure you go follow to let me know what it is that you want to see. Let me know by a landslide. TikTok was the landslide that did it and pushed it over, that y'all wanted to know the top 3 lessons that I learned during my sabbatical. And it's juicy, so let's go ahead and like I said, I quit my job, left out of, everyone knows I left my job in December of 2021. I took 2 months and just kind of willy-nilly'd around. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But then I took a 6-month sabbatical, and I wanted to share with you guys the top 3 things that I learned on that sabbatical. The first thing, and of course, y'all know I got my iPad, I got my notes ready because I don't want to miss the tea. I want to make sure that I share with y'all what I actually learned, okay? So the first thing that I learned was I could be free. What I mean by that is I learned that I could go back to how I was as a child. I could go back to really having faith, not with the limiting beliefs that I had been telling myself or that I had been conditioned to understand over the years, but going back to my childlike faith. I spent a lot of time kind of just re-experiencing or remembering things in my childhood that were fun, just remembering how I felt in those moments. I did actually spend a lot of time going back and listening to the types of music that I listened to when I was a kid, and just remembering those experiences, remembering when, you know, how we like to say as adults, you know, back when times were easier, right? So I spent a lot of time just reminding myself that at one point I truly believed that I could be whatever I wanted to believe. I could be whatever I wanted to be, So I spent time really getting into that. I spent time really saying, like, you know what? There is absolutely no reason why I can't do anything. Like, I started thinking about all of the things that just seemed so out of reach to me. So I started thinking about moving to different cities. I started thinking about applying to applying to PhD programs and where I would like to move in the country if I got accepted to one of those programs. I started thinking about things that I had already counted myself out from, based on my age, based on my experience, based on, you know, just where I was in life, based on my relationships. I just started counting myself out of all these different things instead of trying to talk myself into them, instead of trying to find a way how I can have this and have that. If you follow Darius Daniels, I really love him, and he said something recently, and he was saying in a course of his that I was in, he was saying that God revealed to him that he could have this and that. And that was where I wanted to be. So that's what I really learned throughout my sabbatical, was to begin to think in things of this and that, and not necessarily this or that. So I started to think about things, like I said, from a childlike perspective. Like, okay, how can I make this work? What do I need to do to make this work? Why do I feel like this can't work for me? So when it came to thinking about moving to somewhere new just to try something different, or even just for internship purposes. So I no longer had this job that was tying me down with with an obligation where I currently was. So why can't I take an internship somewhere else? So these are the types of thoughts that I started to have with myself. My camera fell in the grass because I'm in a grassy area, obviously. So I had to reposition it, and of course, it's not going to be the same type of shot as it was before, and I don't even think I like this angle, so hold on. Okay, I think I can work with this. So the first thing that I learned was to just allow myself to be free, to go back to a childlike mindset, right? The second thing that I learned was to appreciate the process. I started to have a better appreciation of the process of things. In specific, I started to have a better appreciation of time. I used to be real bad at rushing time. I would always be in a moment but could never appreciate it because I was consistently thinking about the moments that I really wanted to be in. So I was consistently thinking about, when I become a millionaire. I'm consistently thinking about when when my relationship gets to the marriage status, So I was constantly thinking about what I was looking forward to, that I wasn't taking the time to sit and enjoy where I was. So that was something that I learned how to do, and I learned to understand the process of patience. My therapist has been amazing at helping me to understand how valuable patience is and why it's important to be patient. So that was another thing that I learned. Just in that, I became more, I slowed down. My mind used to go so fast. I used to always think about life so fast. And that was one of the reasons why my first business failed. I'm going to have that video for y'all because that's the next poll that y'all had and y'all blew everything out of the water. But anyway, so I was thinking about things too fast. Even right now with this YouTube channel, sharing this information with y'all, getting this content out to y'all, it's at a slower pace than I feel is normal for me. And that's because I'm coming to understand that it's not about how quickly I do things, it's about the quality that I do. I'm starting to understand that the purpose that I have, as long as I'm embracing my purpose, y'all are going to be there to listen. And the same thing is true for you. Whoever's attached to you, they're going to be there to listen to you. They're going to be there when you're ready to be able to receive whatever it is that you have, you know? So that was the second thing that I learned. The third thing that I learned was a whole lot about me. I learned that I had so much more healing to do than I thought I did. I learned that I had so much bottled up that I didn't even realize. And then I learned about so many expectations that I had about myself, about the people around me, based on things that I wasn't even consciously aware of. So I started to really, truly get to know me. I started to remember again who I was as a child. Who did I think I was going to be? Would that little girl be proud of who I was in the moment? Am I proud of who I am right now? And then I started looking at, who do I want to become? Who is it that God is calling me to be, and what do I need to do to get there? What does she look like? What types of habits does she have? What types of thoughts does she think? You know, what type of moves does she make? So that was something that I learned as well. And that was that's still a process. I'm constantly learning about me. I'm spending time in prayer. I'm spending time in meditation. I'm spending time and money with my therapist, right? But I was able to really, truly sit and get to know about me. I was able to kind of sift through the complicated system that is me. And that was probably one of the best things that I could have ever done. All right, y'all, so I am super glad that you stuck around to the end of this video. Please make sure that you give me a like, a comment, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any uploads, because of course, as you can see, it's getting juicy. I have stuff to share, and I feel like I'm kind of rushing the information, but over time, I'm sure the videos will get longer as I'll get more comfortable just being out here, being scared somebody's gonna, walk around the corner or whatever. But dang, look at me in this light. Child, let me tell y'all something. Do I need to do a video on this lock journey? Because another thing that I learned about me is once I embraced the naturalness of me, girl, bye. Anyway, y'all, I'm glad you stuck around. Check out some of my other videos. We are getting rolling. I'm so glad y'all are here at the beginning of the journey, because we are going to do some great things together. All right, y'all, have a good day.